The warning signs are flashing red, all of them, simultaneously. For the first time in American history, warning sign 1, the United States government is now spending $1.28 trillion per year just to pay interest on the national debt. That is more than the entire defense budget, more than Medicare, more than we spend on veterans, education, and infrastructure combined. We are spending more money on the debt from yesterday than on the country of tomorrow. This has never happened before. Not in 1929, not in 2008, never. Warning sign 2, foreign creditors are dumping U.S. Treasury bonds at a record pace. China has sold $680 billion over 4 years. Japan has sold $310 billion. Foreign central banks have sold $1.1 trillion since 2021. The buyers of American debt are walking away. And when creditors flee, empires collapse. Warning sign 3, the dollar's share of global reserves has fallen from 71% in 2000 to 55% in 2026. It is now dropping half a percentage point per year and accelerating. When it falls below 50%, which will happen by 2028, the network effect breaks. The dollar stops being the default currency. And when that happens, everything changes. Warning sign 4, 47% of all the dollars ever created were printed in the last 4 years. 47% of the entire 250-year history of the US dollar was created since 2020. That is not stimulus. That is desperation. That is a government that can no longer pay its bills with tax revenue and has resorted to printing money. And printing money to pay debts has one historical outcome: collapse. Warning sign 5. The Congressional Budget Office projects that by 2034, interest payments on the debt will consume 50% of all federal tax revenue. Half of every dollar collected in taxes will go to pay bondholders for money we borrowed in the past. At that point, the United States government becomes a debt servicing machine, not a functioning government. These are not predictions. These are not worst-case scenarios. These are facts, official government data, and all 5 warning signs are active right now. Simultaneously, this has never happened before in American history, but it has happened before in world history. It happened to the Spanish Empire. And when these exact 5 warning signs appeared in Spain, the empire collapsed in less than 30 years. Spain in 1550 was the wealthiest, most powerful empire in the world. Spain controlled more territory, more resources, and more wealth than any nation in history. Spain had something no other nation had: unlimited silver flowing from the New World, mountains of it. Spain thought it was invincible. Spain thought the silver would last forever. Spain borrowed against future silver deliveries and spent the money on wars and empire, and then the silver started to run out, and the debts became unpayable. And Spain defaulted on its sovereign debt 6 times in 90 years, and the empire collapsed. The mechanism that destroyed Spain was not mysterious. It was mechanical. Stage 1, a flood of money creates inflation and weakens the productive economy. Stage 2, the government borrows against future revenue, assuming the money will keep flowing. Stage 3, the money supply stops growing, the debts cannot be repaid, and defaults begin. Spain went through all 3 stages between 1550 and 1650, 100 years from peak to collapse. But empires collapse faster now. Information moves at the speed of light. Capital flows in milliseconds. What took Spain 100 years took Britain 30 years. And what took Britain 30 years will take America 15. The United States is in stage 2 right now. We are borrowing against future tax revenue. We are assuming economic growth will continue. We are spending tomorrow's money today. But warning signs 1 through 5 are all telling us the same thing. Growth is slowing. Creditors are leaving. The money supply cannot expand forever. We are running out of time. And when stage 3 begins, when the first default or restructuring happens, it will not unfold over decades like Spain. It will unfold over months, maybe weeks, because the global financial system runs on confidence. And confidence, once broken, does not come back. Let me show you exactly how this happened to Spain. Let me show you the 3 stages of collapse in precise detail. And let me show you why every single warning sign that appeared before Spain's destruction is flashing in America right now. Because if we do not understand what happened to Spain, we will not see what is about to happen to us. And by the time it becomes obvious to everyone, it will be too late to prepare. The Spanish collapse is not ancient history, it is the blueprint, and America is following it step by step. To understand the collapse, you have to understand the peak. Spain in 1550 was the dominant global superpower in every measurable way. It controlled territory on 5 continents. In Europe, Spain ruled the Iberian Peninsula, the Netherlands, parts of Italy, and had dynastic claims to the Holy Roman Empire through the Habsburgs. In the Americas, Spain controlled everything from modern-day